Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is a channel where we give you reviews, playthroughs, unboxings, and we generally like to talk a load of bollocks about tabletop gaming in general. And in this video, we're going to be talking about an ancient push your luck game. We're going to be talking about Can't Stop. And in this game, you'll be rolling dice to move your mountaineers up a mountain in the hope that you can get to the top first, which will allow you to win the game. So in this video, we will be giving you a very brief overview of the rules. We'll be telling you what we do like, what we don't like. Then we'll come back and we'll tell you whether or not the Can't Stop is still worth your time and bother 41 bloody years after it was first released in 1980. So remember, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Leave a comment in that section down below, hit the like button, all that bollocks. We'll see you after this. Bollocks! So, Can't Stop. How'd you play this game? So Can't Stop is a push your luck dice rolling game for 2 to 4 players. It's designed by the much revered Sid Saxon. You're going to put the board out in the centre of the table and you're going to choose a colour and you'll take the discs that are associated with that colour, right? On your turn, you will roll all 4 dice and then you will decide to create pairs out of these dice. So if you roll, I say, a 4, a 6, a 1 and a 2, you could have a 3 and a 10, or you could have an 8 and something else. But you'll pair them up and then you'll take the mountaineering tokens and you will place a mountaineer on the sum of each of the pairs at the bottom of the mountain, right? What you do, you'll then decide whether or not you want to stop or you'll carry on. If you carry on, you'll roll the dice again, and this time you'll have to place your 3rd mountaineer on the bottom of the mountain, depending on how you split the dice up. If you roll a number that is the same as where you've got a mountaineer, then you can move that mountaineer up 1. If you choose to split the dice into 2 of the same number, so like 2 8s, then you can move up 2 spaces on the 8. If you don't roll any numbers with spots where you've got the mountaineers, then you bust and you lose everything. Like we said, you can choose to stop at any time on your turn, and if you do that, you'll take one of your discs and you'll place it on the spot where your mountaineer is. Next time round, your mountaineer will start 1 space ahead of that disc, so it's sort of like going slow rewards you, but in doing so, you're going to take longer to get there, right? So if you get your mountaineer to the top of the mountain, to the end space, and you decide to stop, then you will claim that line to yourself. You'll take all the discs off of that line and nobody else can ever place a mountaineer on that line, yeah? So the first player to get 3 of their discs to the top of the mountain will be the winner of Can't Stop. So what do we like about Can't Stop? So the first thing that we really like about this game, and we're talking about this version of the game, this, I think it's the latest printing of this, even though it's a couple of years old now, but it's got quite solid components. If you go back in time to 10,000 years BC when this game was first made, and a lot of the additions that were made subsequently, component quality hasn't been that great. It's been a plastic board with some weird traffic cone type things and that. So this goes back to the tried and tested method of just chucking a load of discs in a box, right? There's not a lot of components in here, but they have tried to add a theme to this otherwise themeless abstract game, and it makes it a little bit better. Even though the theme's sort of paper thin, you do sort of feel like you're trying to work your way up a mountain, sort of, you know what I mean? So the second thing that we really like about this game is that there's only one choice to make, right? It's split the dice into 2 pairs. That's all you're going to be doing. Everything else is down to the luck of the gods. And the reason we like this is because it's easy to teach and it's easy to play. My kids can play this. My 5-year-old daughter has no trouble playing this, and it's one of them games that you can just bring out, stick on a table, have 10-15 minutes, well, maybe sort of a little bit longer if it goes on, of screaming at people, have another go, have another go, have another go. So yeah, it's really easy to learn, easy to teach, because there's basically no rules in there. So the final thing that we really like about this, and I've already inadvertently mentioned this, right, is that the just one more go thing is absolutely fantastic, right? When you play this, you're going to be thinking, right, just that's it. I'm just going to go one more time, and then you throw the number you want. You think, oh, if it came up this time, there's a good chance it might come up again, and you bust, right? You blow your stack. So yeah, we really like the fact that this game amplifies that just one more throw a lot better than other mindless games like Zombie Dice and stuff like that. So yeah, fantastic. So what don't we like about Can't Stop? So the first thing that we don't like about this is if you search for this game on Google, you're going to get a Red Hot Chili Peppers entry, right? No, I'm just kidding, right? So the first thing that we don't like about this game is that it can be too long with 4 players, there's more chance that you're not going to be throwing as many and the rows get blocked off quicker. So there's going to be a lot of boom and then there's going to be a lot of bust. Whilst we will play it with 4, I'm not saying it's completely and utterly redundant with 4. Just be prepared that a game of this nature, which is basically driven by the rush of wanting to have another go, that's going to be sort of stripped back a little bit when you're playing with more players. So the second thing that we don't like about this is it's hard to see which lines are out of action, right? Because there's nothing really to mark that off. It would be nice if there was, say, some strips of card that you could put over the line so you could see instantly. But there's occasions with this where you're thinking, oh, I've rolled a 7, that's great. Put a marker on there and it's like, oh, hang on, that gate has already been shut. So it would have been nice if there'd been some other marker to more easily identify which of the lanes is kaput. So the final thing that we say we don't like, we love it, but what certain people, what you lot might not like, is that this won't appease the people that hate a lot of luck in their games, because that's all it is. It's completely and utterly luck based, right? Well, not completely and utterly, because you're going to be splitting those pairs off, but that's all you're going to be doing. So if you don't like luck driven games, if you go all poopy pants and cry into your pillow about how bad you are at rolling dice, then this game is akin to coming home from work and then realising that you've trodden in dog shit. So to summarise, is Can't Stop worth your time and bother 41 years after it was first released? So we're going to say, yes, this is a hugely entertaining push your luck game. It's easy to teach anybody and it's easy to play because there's only one thing you're going to be doing. It can drag on if you have 4 players and if the dice are unkind to you. However, that cocaine-like buzz that you get from just wanting to have one more go means that this game is highly recommended by us. We do love a bit of Can't Stop. Not in huge doses like most times we do cocaine. I'm just kidding, I've never done it in my life. But yeah, it's a simple, relatively quick push your luck game that really should be in your collection, shouldn't it? So there you go, that's Can't Stop. Remember, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Hit the like button, leave a comment like crap, and we'll see you next time.